am Olenka, and today I would love to show you how to make a classic roasted tomato soup with my own twist, of course. So the things that we are going to need today are some tomatoes, some garlic, we need some shallots, olive oil, salt, pepper, and maybe a little bit of pepperoncino and some Italian seasoning, because right now it's already winter, you know, and I don't have access to fresh, warm, tender basil. But you know, somehow we can manage and we can make our super yummy roasted tomato soup. Are you in? First things first, I wanted to show you all of these tomatoes that you see here are from our garden. Originally, when we harvest them, they were green because suddenly the weather changed completely. So I just lay them in cookie sheets near to the windows, and then they slowly started to turn red, so they are ripe enough that we can use them. These are heirloom, and I want to, anyways, you know, use them. So the first thing that I am going to do is, with a paring knife, I am going to remove the center, which is the stem, right? Once you remove the stem, according to the size of the tomato that you are working with, you are going to cut it either in half or like this one, you know, which is large, in fourths. And you are going to line a cookie sheet like this, you know, with foil, and then you start putting your tomatoes there. I have my cookie sheets with some tomatoes here, and now I am going to spread my garlic cloves, and I also have some shallots that now I am going to peel. For any reason don't have shallots, you can totally look for maybe an onion, you know, like a medium big onion. That will also do the trick. I have here in my cookie sheet my tomatoes that are quartered already, my garlic cloves, and my shallots. I am going to wear some gloves because then I need to, you know, combine all of these with what we are going to add. We need some salt, pepper, olive oil, and now we need our hands. Those spots, you know, from the roasting that we are going to get are the ones that are going to give all of that smokiness and depth of flavor that is unbeatable, right? So I am going to put this tray in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so let's go and let's roast these things. My roasted tomatoes, shallots, and garlic are perfect. And now we have two options. We can transfer these into our pot, and we can use an immersion blender and we can puree it there, or we can use a blender, and I love mine, you know, because it's super powerful and it makes everything super smooth. So I am going to use this one, but because this is still a little hot, I am going to add a little bit of my chicken broth. And carefully, I am going to start transferring, you know, some of my roasted veggies in here. I have all of my roasted veggies here. And once again, it's winter, so I do not have fresh basil, so apologies in order. But because we're very creative, we are going to add some Italian seasoning. Because, you know, it has the parsley, the basil, it has some rosemary, And I like, you know, when we went to Italy, we got some ground pepperoncino, and I like to add a little bit of that for, you know, a kick. And, you know, with my broth, and now we're going to blend this. It's still hot, not super hot, so be careful if you're gonna do this, okay? Okay, my tomato soup, it's already blended. You know, it's very, I like the consistency, it's very smooth. And now I am going to put it in my pot, because here I would like to finish it with some Parmesan cheese, of course, right? And maybe some cream if you're into cream. If you're not, forget about the cream. But the Parmesan cheese, my friends, we need some Parmesan cheese in our life, right? Now, my soup, it's already warm up here in my pot. I tasted it, it needed a little bit more of salt, so I added salt. And now I am going to add my, by the way, it's lactose-free whipped cream, because I cannot believe it, you know, when I found it, I think it's awesome. But if you can consume like regular whipped cream or no whipped cream or something similar, you know. So I am going to add a little bit of this cream here, okay? And then I am going to turn off my stove, and I am going to add some Parmesan cheese. So if you are not going to be using your cheese, just be mindful, in both cases actually, with cheese or with no cheese, the amount of salt that you are going to add or not. And also the broth that you are using, if it is low sodium or it is zero sodium or regular sodium, because all of those things definitely will have an impact on the level of saltiness of your soup. Okay, this soup looks absolutely beautiful, silky, creamy, and I think that the only thing that we need to do is taste it, right? I have my tomato soup in here, and now I am going to plate it. In here, I would like to add a little bit more of cream. Okay, now by itself, you can eat it right away, right? But I have here some pepperoncino potato chips that I feel that they are going to complement this soup amazingly. This tomato soup is talking to me, you know. It looks beautiful, it smells delicious, and the only thing that we are in need of is to taste it, right? So let's do that. My friends, I love it. And I love you, because you know what? You inspired me to do this soup. The weather, the tomatoes. I mean, what do you do when you have a bunch of tomatoes, right? Tomato soup could be? Yes. So, this soup, I like that it is not super acid. The Parmesan cheese and the cream definitely balance that. I like the spiciness of the pepperoncino. You know, it has a little bit of that kick. And definitely I am not missing the fresh basil, because with all of these, you know, Italian seasoning that I had here in this soup, and of course, you know, the crunchiness of the potato chips, or maybe, you know, like a good grilled cheese, or nothing, right? Just like that. The good thing about this soup is that you can totally freeze it if you're not gonna eat it all. You can repurpose it, and you can incorporate it, you know, like as a part of one of your dishes. I mean, it is very versatile, and it is great for these winter days. And I absolutely love it. And I am so happy that I am sharing this dish with you because you are gonna have fun making it. The house smells absolutely amazing. And the warmth that you're gonna have for all of those spices, you know, and the creaminess that you have, you're gonna definitely warm up inside out, okay? So once again, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Lots of kisses. And remember, use your secret weapon. Use your love. Always your love. That's number one, okay? And be true to yourself. See you soon.